This is going to be a long video. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, my name is Lizzie and I'm a Disney plush collector from the UK. So happy Friday, I hope you've all had a great week and have a fun weekend ahead of you. I am here with a video that I really wanted to do, but I thought no one would want to see it again. So when I've started to get comments asking if I'd do an updated video, I've jumped on it because I really wanted to show you my updated Cuddleez collection. So I've done quite a few videos about my Cuddleez collection over the course of the time that I've been on YouTube. They don't release as many as they used to, but I do have quite a collection, so I wanted to share that with you. So apart from two that are in the loft, which I do have clips for luckily, this is my entire Cuddleez collection as of August 2023. I am filming this on the 4th of August because you know I like to film in advance. So if they do release the Zero Cuddleez, I will probably get that, but it hasn't released yet. You watch it release tomorrow now. So just a couple of days after I finished that video, we did get the Zero Cuddleez. So I'm actually putting this in first because I talked about it first. So this will be number one, even though it's my latest Cuddleez. And I'm doing them in order of size. So I'm messing it up by putting this in here. But I did talk about him before I even started showing you the Cuddleez. So this is Zero. He's actually got the proper Cuddleez tag on him. He's really cute. He's got a pumpkin nose, but then he's really, really small. He was £35. I do not think he was worth £35. He was definitely a £30 maximum, but I did say I had to have him and I am really pleased with how he looks. I just wasn't happy with his price. I probably should have waited until the end of August when they're running a 20%. In all of my orders from the start of August, I've been getting 20% codes to use at the end of August. I probably should have waited, but if he sold out, he would never come back. So I had to do it this way. But look at his little nose. I'm going to start with like the very first style of Cuddleez that they ever bought out. I bought two of them myself and then I got one on VINTED. Well, I say I got them myself, I'm pretty sure I was working and my dad went to the Disney store for me because that is how long I've had these. So this is the first one. This is Mickey Mouse. He is the original style of Cuddleez. I didn't leave his tag on, but this was what Cuddleez originally were and I really, really love him. I love that he's got a yellow bow tie and his red shorts, but he just looks really simple. There's not much to him. He's suitable for children, which is good because there's no glass beads or anything on him, but he's just really cuddly and the clue's in that name. So this was the very first Cuddleez that they did, and they also did Minnie, so I got her. She's not in my car because she's pink, so the general rule is if she is red, she's in my car. If she's pink, she's in the house. But they didn't do a red Minnie in this style, so I only have the pink one. They also did a Toy Story alien, and I didn't get that one because if I remember correctly, it lit up and I didn't want it to light up. And then I can't remember which other ones they did. I don't think they did a Stitch, but I recently got the Pooh Bear off VINTED, so I really, really love this one. I think it really works for Pooh Bear because again, this simplistic style just really works for characters that don't have a lot of detail anyway. So he's just got his red shirt and his facial features, and he's so dumpy and I just absolutely love him. And then they did a second style of Cuddleez, which I think came after the main style we all know now, because I remember buying one and I think it was my Pua, thinking it was going to be the size of our regular Cuddleez, and it wasn't, and I was quite disappointed. But like I said, my Pua is up in the loft, so this is me packing away my Pua. Earlier this year, I didn't know I was doing this video when I packed my Puas away, or else I would have kept my two Cuddleez Puas out for this video. But I do have one on hand to show you, and that's Marie. I think I got this one off VINTED. I don't think I bought it off Shop Disney. It's got a couple of coffee stains on it because she sits underneath my desk, so I think I've accidentally spilled coffee on her, just a little bit. But she's got this massive bow on her back, so when she lies down, she's not like fully lay down. She just kind of lies down as if she's on a pillow, which I really like. And she's almost got memory foam in her. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it feels like memory foam. And when I got the Pua, I did used to sleep with the Pua because I liked the way it felt. So I like sleeping with these. I like sleeping with the Cuddleez. And if I'm having a bad night, I've got that Stitch weighted plush by my bed, and I will just switch that one out for a Cuddleez. But this is the other style that they did. I did want to get a Stitch because earlier in my YouTube journey, I did a video about the 3 different styles of Cuddleez, and I tried to use stitches, and they did a stitch in this, but I couldn't find it cheaply, so I don't own the stitch, but I would really like to own the stitch. And then they brought out miniature Cuddleez. I did a video about them in November 2020, so I don't know whether they were new in 2020 or whether they brought out new ones, but these are the miniature Cuddleez I've got. A quick disclaimer to say that there is a red Minnie Mouse in my car, so I'll put in a clip of when I showed you that earlier this year, because I don't want to go out to the car to get her. It's like 7:15 in the morning. What you'll notice about that one is it's not pink like the mini I'm going to show you later, but it is red, but then it's got a little bit of purple on it. So I don't think I got the Mickey because I didn't really want the Mickey to also have this purple colouring, but I got the red Minnie Mouse for my car. Often if I'm going to get a red Minnie Mouse, I won't get the Mickey because he will sit on his own in the house because Minnie's in the car. So when I show you my Wishables collection in a couple of weeks, I've got the red Minnie Mouse, the pink Minnie Mouse and the Mickey, because the pink Minnie Mouse can sit with Mickey in the house, whereas if I just had red Minnie Mouse and Mickey would be on his own. That makes sense to me. But we've got a mixture of Cuddleez that exist in the regular form and Cuddleez that don't. So the first one is Stitch. We obviously know that there is a Stitch Cuddleez. I've got quite a few of them, so this one was a bit of a basic pick. The next one they did was Angel. Now they do Angel in the regular Cuddleez format, but it's a much more muted pink than this one. This is like a hot pink. So the way her eyes are pink, that is kind of how her whole body looks in the medium one, but I don't actually own it. And then we've got Chip and Dale. I would personally love to see these in medium Cuddleez form. They haven't done it yet, and I would absolutely love them to. Then we've got Pooh Bear, which they do in medium format, which I will show you in a moment, and Eeyore. But again, with Angel, you'll notice that the blue is more vibrant than the colour of the medium Cuddleez. The medium Cuddleez stays truer to Eeyore, so he's grey rather than being this blue colour. Next, Lady. They've done Lady in medium Cuddleez, but I don't think they've done Tramp, which is why I don't own her, because typically with Lady and the Tramp plushes, I have to get them both together. So here's Little Tramp. I would love them to do him in medium Cuddleez form, to be honest. But now I don't think you can get Lady anymore, so I'm kind of regretting not just getting her, because it'd be just my luck if they bring out Tramp and you can't get Lady anymore. And the final two I've got is Olaf. So they do him in medium, but I haven't managed to get him yet. I think it's because he's only available in America. I haven't seen him in Disneyland Paris or over here, but if I do see him, I'm absolutely going to get him because look how cute he is in miniature form. And then the final one is Bruni. They haven't done Bruni as a Cuddleez yet, but I really hope they do because just look how cute he is all asleep. And then I've got all of my medium Cuddleez. So these retailed anywhere between £30 and £35. The £35 ones have been more recently, and I actually think it's quite naughty because when they came out in 2018 they were £30 and they were still £30 when they've been coming out earlier this year. It's just that they've started to put a few up to 35 and I don't agree because the quality hasn't changed, the size hasn't changed. I think if you're bringing out something that's exactly the same, the price should stay the same, but I suppose that's just capitalism for you. So I'm not going to do them in the order that I got them, but I do know the first one that I got, so I'm going to show you that one first. So this is my original Stitch Cuddleez. You can kind of tell because he's got like nothing to his middle because I slept with him for I don't know how many years. He now lives underneath my sofa, and I did show you me putting them under the sofa as like a teaser for this video on shorts. So if you didn't see that, I will leave a card up above as I think it's a really quick and simple way to display them. Admittedly, you've got to have a sofa, but I'm thinking if you also have a bed that has room underneath it, maybe just don't store things right to the edges and leave room for their little legs to go in, and you could just stack them under your sofa. I don't know whether that would stop spiders coming into your room, probably not, but I just think it's a really good way of displaying them because they're quite hard to display if you've got a lot of them. But this one's the first one I ever got. Joe had taken me to Blackpool because I really wanted to open the Disney store, and we were on holiday anyway. We were going to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, so I opened the Disney store and I picked one. I picked Stitch and I said I'm going to get Baymax when I get paid. And by the time I got paid, Baymax had gone. So this is the first one I ever got. I didn't bother getting Angel because I just really don't like Angel that much. But then after that, I really don't know which one I got next. I was so upset about Baymax that I don't think I got any more. I feel like Stitch was around for ages, whereas now it's harder to get Stitch. But I always say to people, he's available in Disneyland Paris a lot of the time. So if you want him, just see if anyone's going to Disneyland Paris who can get him for you. A lot of people ask me, but you've seen how much I struggle to bring my own stuff back. I am not a pickup account, and I've never actually said I would do it. The next one I probably got was Pua, because I got every single Pua that ever came out. I'm actually really excited for Moana 2. I'm hoping it means that we get another Pua in any form, really. I'd just be happy with any kind of Pua. So this is the Pua going back up into the loft. It is a shame that he's not out, but some of these aren't out all year round anyway. But another one from underneath my sofa is Eeyore, so you'll notice that he is grey like he should be, with a slightly muted mouth. He's got a tail that comes off with Velcro, which is a really nice touch, and he's just a really, really nice one. He's a lot better than his miniature, put it that way, but I absolutely love him. And as well as regretting not getting Baymax, for years and years and years I regretted not getting Pooh Bear, and he re-released when I was in Disneyland Paris for my birthday, the year we went on the Eurostar. So that wasn't this year, it was last year, and if you didn't see the vlogs, I will leave a card above to the playlist. But basically, I went straight to World of Disney to get him, because I wasn't going to miss out on him. We got off the Eurostar, I went into World of Disney, and then we went to check into our hotel. So this is the Winnie the Pooh Cuddleez. He looks very similar to his miniature. He's absolutely adorable. I particularly love the embroidery on his bum, and he's just so cute. They also did him in XL, but I don't think he was available here, because I remember looking at him on the American website and working out how much the postage would be, and I just decided against it. But I'm so glad that I finally own this Pooh Bear. And like with the original Cuddleez of Pooh, because he's a simple character, I think he works really well in any kind of plush form that they do, because there isn't much to him. He's yellow with black features and a red t-shirt. It's really hard to get that wrong. One of the ones that usually lives in the loft, but I did have the idea to save him because I was going to do this video, is my Grogu. So he's really adorable. I don't know whether he was one of the £35 ones. I think he was 30. But he's in his like brown cloak. He's got really floppy ears, a lot like Stitch, and he's got some blushing on his cheeks, and I just really love him. But most of the time he's with all of my Grogus in the loft, because they come down for May the 4th and then they go back up, and then the Pride plushes come back down. Also in the loft, I think there's 1 or 2 Christmas ones, but they were marketed as Cuddleez. They were priced at £30 and then they were about that big, so I was really disappointed with them, because you shouldn't market it as Cuddleez at the same price if you're not going to make it clear that there's a size difference. So like I said, I have got a Minnie Mouse, but this is the pink Minnie Mouse, so I didn't get the Mickey. I don't know why I didn't get the Mickey actually, because I know he was red and she was pink, so I don't know why I haven't got a Mickey, but they don't do a Mickey anymore anyway. But this is Minnie. She's got a bow on the back of her dress rather than on the front, because she's lying forward, and she's really cute. She's really floppy as well, because I slept with her for a few years, but she's not going in my cart because she's pink. And then one that always lives in this room because of my Up collection is Doug. I absolutely love him. I'm so glad they brought out a Doug Cuddleez, because I think the dogs work really, really well. So he's got his little collar on that makes him speak. They've even screen printed the pads onto his paws, and I love him. I'm hoping by the end of this video there's a massive tower of Cuddleez behind me, which there might well be, because there's loads of these. So I actually got my Halloween plush out early this year because I really wanted to do this video sooner rather than later. So if you haven't seen me decorating for Halloween, I will leave a card up above, because that meant that Jack came out. So this is Jack Skellington. He's got his back bow underneath his chin, and he's in his pinstripe suit, and he's even got tails that flap up. So it's a real pain to put him away, because I have to make sure that nothing's bent. But I'm so glad they bought these out either last year or the year before. And then they also bought out a Sally. She's got her long red hair, it's kind of like corduroy, and then she's got her dress and her socks and shoes, and they haven't missed any details. Even her arms have like screen printed stitchings on them, and she's just so perfect. The one I sleep with currently was a present for my birthday, and I have thought about this. I don't think I can put it in my 2024 top 24 plush because I didn't buy it myself, but that's the Kermit Cuddleez. Joe bought it for me. I absolutely love him. I sleep with him every night, so like his arms don't have much stuffing anymore. His legs are still alright, but like I hold his arms, so sometimes they're bent like that, and it's just getting rid of all of the stuffing. But he's my favourite currently. Although it feels wrong to say that when there is a grail at the end of my bed, but I won't sleep with him in case I ruin him. So my grail for the longest time was climax. I never used to shut up about it. People used to send me links if they saw him on eBay or something, because actually a couple of weeks before he got re-released, I was watching one on Vinted where somebody wanted £40 and it was in really bad condition, like it had stains on it and everything. But I didn't buy it, luckily, because it re-released, and I giggled to myself because I thought there's no way you're getting £40 for something secondhand now when you can get a brand new one for 30. So I did manage to get him, and I just absolutely love him, but I'm too scared of ruining him, so I don't sleep with him, especially since he's white as well. I have an awful feeling I've stacked these really badly. I've basically got too many on the floor for it to be a perfect pyramid. Moving on, one of my new favourites, we've got Goofy. This was a £35 one. I don't know whether the little green hat means that he's worth £5 more, but he's in his traditional orange and blue outfit with the black waistcoat, and I just absolutely love him. Another one that I'm not sure is going to stay out all year is my Panda May. So I think, much like my Grogu, I think I'm going to put all my Panda Mays in the loft because I have a really large Panda May. And if you haven't seen my video about the largest Disney plush that I own, I will leave a card up above. I did mention these in that video because I would have included them had I not been doing a Cuddleez collection video. But this is Panda May. She's really cute. I love her big bushy tail, and her ears actually stick up rather than Stitches and Grogu's, which flop down. But yeah, I think I am going to put them in the loft because the big one from Disneyland Paris, when it's not on display, is really hard to store, so I think it's got to go up in the loft. See, I've only got room for like 3 more, and I've got 5 more on the floor. So the next one, and it always lives in here, is Sully. You will have seen this if you saw me reorganising my Sullys a few weeks ago, and if you didn't, I'm going to put it in the description because these are all stacked up very neatly, which is another good idea for displaying plushes if you need them. This one also stays in our bedroom, and it is one that I used to sleep with before I got Kermit. This was a Christmas present from Joe, and it's Heimlich from A Bug's Life. He's a lot more full than the rest of them. He is the fullest one that I own, and he's so detailed as well because they've got all of the details that are on his skin, and then there's some textured bits to him and some 3D bits, and he's just been done really well. And then we've got Lotso from Toy Story 3. I do love this one. I think I used to sleep with him as his arms are a little bit damaged. They are just the perfect plush to sleep with in my opinion because they're the perfect size. When I talk about liking a plush but it's too small to sleep with, it's because I'm used to Cuddleez, to be honest. But this is Lotso. He lives under my sofa. I have an awful feeling that this is just going to fall on top of me as well. And then I've got another Stitch, and this isn't even my last Stitch. So they bought out some fluffy Cuddleez. I don't know whether they did any other characters, but I got Stitch. He's been done really well. He actually reminds me of the Japan plushes that we've started getting on the Disney store for like its softness, and he's a muted blue rather than his dark blue, and his patches on his back are dark blue, so they've kind of inverted him, and I think they've done it really well, and he is one of my favourites, but I don't want him to stop being fluffy, so I don't sleep with this one. And this one's even still got the tag on it as well. And then finally I got this one because even though I didn't really enjoy the film, I did enjoy this character, so I got Valentino from Wish, because if you didn't know this about me, I really like goats. So he's really detailed. He's got a screen printed outfit on which has all of the detail that he had in the film. He's got a little goat goatee, and he's just perfect. He is the only one I think that had a tag for its film rather than a Cuddleez tag, but it is definitely a Cuddleez. And there's my pyramid of Cuddleez. And that isn't even my last one, because as you know, I have the Stitch XL Cuddleez. I don't have it with me in this room, it's in the other room, but I'm going to pop a clip in of where it sits. And I usually stack the other Cuddleez that don't fit under the sofa on top of him, because stacking them or putting them under a sofa or a bed or something is the best way of displaying them. Although I do like this pyramid, to be honest. But that is it from me. I really hope you've enjoyed seeing my Cuddleez collection. I'm really hoping to get more, specifically the Zero. There is a Dumbo that I just really don't want, and a Simba that they used to do that I just don't want, but I would love them to re-release Lady and bring out a Tramp to go with it. My dad also has the Tigger Cuddleez, which I really wish I'd got for myself, but I don't tend to like to duplicate what my dad's got. I would also love to get the Olaf as well, but I really don't think it's become available here yet, so I will keep an eye out. But thank you so much for watching, have a great weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday for another video. Bye friends!